Next, Our Harvest Time. Getting back on the fence is Sergeant Pepper with Quattragamby, Dud Check. Favourite is Last Providing Light as they go out of the home straight the first time. And Simrick just has the lead. Mr Gumnuts goes back to the inside to almost get on level terms with Simrick. Third is Tiger Ablaze. One further back to Our Gift, who lands in the box seat on the inside of Turbo. Deeper out on the course there is Our Harvest Time. Maybe Regal's very wide from Quattragamby. Then Malik back on the inside, a length or so to Nassi Ray, followed by Dud Check. Next in the field is Sergeant Pepper over on the inside. I'm a Tate, 3 and 4 horses deep, and Providing Light is last. Down the back, in front is Simrick at the 1,000, led by a length. Second, Tiger Ablaze. A length to Turbo. Third outside, Mr Gumnuts. Fourth is Our Gift, and still 3 or 4 deep is Maybe Regal. A length to Quattragamby on the outside of Our Harvest Time. Then I'm a Tate. A length and a half to Malik, Nassi Ray, Dud Check. 2 to Sergeant Pepper. And the favourite seeing the entire field from back last at the moment, Providing Light. Off the back, Simrick led a half length to Tiger Ablaze. Still out wide is Maybe Regal going up towards the leaders. 2 further back then to Turbo, Mr Gumnuts, Our Gift, followed by Quattragamby. Next is Our Harvest Time, Dud Check taking off, followed by I'm a Tape, Providing Light in front of a few now as they come towards the turn. 300 left to go, and Simrick just in front. From Turbo, Maybe Regal, and then Dud Check. The widest runner is the favourite, Providing Light. He's coming with Dud Check, and boy, is he coming fast, Providing Light. He goes up with Dud Check at the 150. They take the lead from Maybe Regal and Simrick. Providing Light, he's come out deep. He's gone around them all, and he's too good, the toppy. Providing Light gets in by a neck to Dud Check. Third, Maybe Regal. What an extraordinary run, about 4 deep all the way. Behind them was Sergeant Pepper, followed by Quattragamby with Our Gift. Nassi Ray behind them with Simrick, Our Harvest Time. Next home would have been Mr Gumnuts. Malik behind those with I'm a Tate. Well back in the field was Tiger Ablaze, who knocked up and only beat a couple in, one of whom was Turbo, and the other one back towards the tail end was Simrick, who knocked up after leading.
And then comes Blue Valley on the inside. Safari, Agab, Zabwatch, Mistress Zoe, then Joe Pamai, followed closely by Divine Filly, and the last pair are Haley, and slipping through on the inside of Haley, Balciano Miss, working to the back of the course now, and going along by the 1200, 3 in line. Joe Pamai wide out now, runs to the front from Star Billing and Mistress Zoe, and 2.5 then 2 Perfect Flight around Safari, 1 then 2 Divine Filly, closely followed by Zabwatch, and then Blue Valley, Haley, and close up is Balciano Miss. A compact lot down the back, and Joe Pamai shows the way. A length and a half, Mistress Zoe. On the inside is Star Billing, and then comes Perfect Flight. Further away is Safari, a horse off the fence now, and her inside Balciano Miss, followed by Divine Filly, Blue Valley, Zabwatch, and still last is Haley. Joe Pamai from Braidwood leads the way as they go by the 600 marker. Second posse is Mistress Zoe, followed by Perfect Flight. Haley whizzing around them for Alan Robinson. On the fence next is Star Billing over Safari, Divine Filly, Balciano Miss, and Zabwatch and Blue Valley are the joint tail enders as they swing around the corner. And Joe Pamai's been in front from the word go. She straightens up, a narrow leader from Haley. Mistress Zoe is between them, and then Star Billing, Perfect Flight, Safari, and the others headed by Zabwatch. 150 to go. Haley hits the front. Here's Perfect Flight. Safari switching back to the inside. Haley, Perfect Flight. Perfect Flight bridges the gap on Haley, hits the front, and away goes Perfect Flight to beat Haley. Safari third, fourth Zabwatch, fifth Balciano Miss, and then came Star Billing, followed by Joe Pamai stopping. A break then to Mistress Zoe, Blue Valley, and Divine Filly last to complete the course.
The track is rated as dead, and the rail is out 8 metres for Geelong tomorrow. Bearskin comes up, completes the line-up for the 7th of the afternoon. They're ready to run. Mew Moo the inside. Beaulaird stood well. Off they go. Mew Moo began okay. Bello Senor headed it straight after the start with Fra Diavolo racing for the lead early. Prince Lear got away well. So did Dover Street. Small Spoils as they settled into stride, with Leading Light dropping out with about 4 behind him, heading to the 1700. Fra Diavolo the leader, a length and a half. Bello Senor. They're followed then by Prince Lear third. Fourth is Dover Street. Small Spoils to the outside, and Mew Moo back on the rails about 6th. A length and a half Exploding Force over on the outside from Spirit of Westbury. 2 Leading Light and a neck My Kahuna King, followed by Fairy Garden. Back behind them, Beau Laird, Pukahina next to last, and Two to Bearskin by the 1400. And Friday Avalo, the leader, has increased the break to a little over 2 lengths. Bellow Signor looked to be pulling a bit second. 3/4 Prince Lear third, and then Mew Mew on the inside of Small Spoils, followed by Davis Street, and 2 lengths Exploding Force with the mouth open outside Spirit of Westbury. 2 leading Light My Kahuna King is around him. 1.5 to Fairy Garden, followed by Beau Laird, Pukahina, and 2 to Bearskin. Now as they head to the 1,000-metre mark, Fra Diavolo in front, led by a length and a half. Running second, Bellow Signor on the inside of Prince Lear. 1 to Small Spoils out 3 wide now, and Mew Mew back on the inside from Dover Street, and then Exploding Force, Spirit of Westbury. Leading Light going through along the inside, followed then by My Kahuna King. Pukahina starts a run. Well back is Fairy Garden, Bearskin, and Beau Laird. Fra Diavolo, the leader from Small Spoils before the turn, within third placing Bellow Signor, followed then by Prince Lear as they neared the home turn, followed by Mew Mew 2 lengths away, getting up along the inside of Leading Light when they corner. Dover Street pulls to the outside from Spirit of Westbury. In the straight now, Fra Diavolo, the leader. Bellow Signor throws out the threat, and on the outside of them, Small Spoils. Mew Mew running up behind them, and then Leading Light and Dover Street. It's Bellow Signor and Fra Diavolo at the 300 metres, not much between them. Bellow Signor racing a bit greenly, and Fra Diavolo, they're very tight together. 3 in front of Leading Light and Mew Mew. Fra Diavolo and Bellow Signor, who's ducking about all over the place. It's Bellow Signor on the outside. Fra Diavolo kicking back. Bellow Signor in front. Bellow Signor beat Fra Diavolo. Third placing is Mew Mew, holding on from Spirit of Westbury and Leading Light, and then Pukahina. Back behind those to finish in the race were Beau Laird, Dover Street, Prince Lear, and they're trailed by My Kahuna King. Next to finish was Bearskin, never came into it. Small Spoils dropped out. Fairy Garden and Exploding Force last of all. Well, Bellow Signor has won it, but he and Fra Diavolo have raced very, very...
Simon.
And it's cup time. Set. Waiting for the light. An attendant getting in with 1 and about stall 3. Signal given. Ready. Racing. They're away in the cup to the roar of this huge crowd, and away quickly Kingston Way. The likely leader has found the early lead. From in second placing Casino Heights and Sheer Kingston Prominent. Around the outside of those goes Seaschool forward today. Further back in behind those as they sort themselves out, Sheer Kingston, and they were followed back on the inside of those then by Stacey Jones. Shattered Circles ahead of him. They were followed further back in the field behind those then by Flaming Roberto. Aggie's Heart next the outside as they make the turn into the straight, and they were followed further back by Rules Galore. Then back in the field, Oregon Star. Heed the Toll inside, Frenzel Rom. Further back in the field at this point now was getting back Casino Heights towards the inside as those, and rather I should say Super Scheme. And over on the outside of Super Scheme was Bulter, and Skybow was last. The pace has started to steady now as they go to the post, and this leader's getting an easy fist of it, Kingston Way. 3 lengths in front, Sea Squill, not going to get buried back in the ruck today. Dies right up there on them. Third placing on the outside now was Starbinder. Fourth over on the inside, Casino Heights is Prominent with Shattered Circle on the outside. Stacey Jones the inside of Sheer Kingston. He's closer today too. Aggie's Heart's 3 deep around horses. Going up on the inside, Rules Galore. In between those horses then as they make the run to the far side, Flaming Roberto. A length further back in the field behind them, Oregon Star. She's travelling well within herself, ahead on a chest. And in a bit of trouble down on the inside, Super Scheme had to steady off the heels of Rules Galore. Heed the Toll goes around it. Frenzel Rom is 3 deep, and further back in the field then Bulter and Skybow now pushing up in the centre. Kingston Way has had it all his own way. A length and a half to the Dream Story. Shattered Circle second. Third over on the inside of Starbinder was Sea Squill. His supporters couldn't be any happier. They were followed further back in the field behind those then by over on the inside Casino Heights, covered 3 deep Aggie Heart, and pushing up in the centre Sheer Kingston. Then a length away behind those then came Stacey Stacey Jones. Moving through in the centre, Flaming Roberto. On the outside, Oregon Star just sneaking into the race. Further back behind them, Rules Galore as they go to the 1,200 metre turn in the 1999 Smoke Free Adelaide Cup. Around the outside of those there was Stacey Jones on the inside, making some headway. Next was Rules Galore down on the inside. Well, Heed the Tollers out wide, but he doesn't look to be travelling. Neither does Frenzal Rom at the moment. Super Scheme the rail. A length and a half further back. The Bull are not in the race at the moment, and neither is Sky Bow. They're last. They've completed a circuit back where they started. They go to the 800 metre mark, and Shattered Circle goes after the leader, Kingston Way. Pushing through on the inside. Casino Heights is charging through and going very quickly to be a leader. Kingston Way the outside. Casino Heights are back behind them with Shattered Circle. They've quickened from Starbinder. Sheer Kingston's running on. Sea Squill's gone. He's dropped right out of it, the fancied runner. Going past him, Stacey Jones and Oregon Star. Then Aggie's Heart ahead of those. They bunch, and few of these are just wobbling around the home turn. Kingston Way shows the way. Going through on the inside after him, Casino Heights, but here's She Kingston down the outside. Sheer Kingston's raced up to hit the front. He goes to the 200 metre mark. Casino Heights, Shattered Circles run the race of his life. It's Sheer Kingston, the outside clear. Battling back on the inside is Sky Bow coming quickly. Sheer Kingston, Sky Bow, the local hope. No, it's a Mar victory. Sheer Kingston wins at a half-length. Sky Bow, Kingston Way, Shattered Circle. 3-length Starbinder. They were followed further back out wide on the track, Oregon Star. Back to the inside, Casino Heights, and between them, Aggie's Heart. Further back to Stacey Jones, followed back behind those then by Super Scheme, Rules Galore. Back in behind them, Heed the Toll. He was gone a long way out. So was Frenzal Rom. Bolton never fired a shot today, and Sea Squill, well, he was ridden forward, and he dropped out well before the home turn. He's finished at the tail, and back there with him, pulling up quickly, Flaming Roberto.
Byzantium, then Gold Rapier with Lake Paris over on the inside, Hardy Dollar between runners. A couple further back then to Summer King with Urema. Back on the fence, My Santana from Bells Beach, and Philly is last of all. Into the back straight they go, and it's Mr. Jackhammer narrowly in front of Ruby Coco. A length away third is Barfy, Hardy Dollar the centre, Lake Paris back on the rail. A length further back to Byzantium, Gold Rapier centre field, Bells Beach around him out deep from Urema. My Santana's back towards the tail end of the field now, and Summer King drops out the last filly in front of him. 7.50 out, and Mr. Jackhammer took over to lead by 3/4, Hardy Dollar. Ruby Coco eases back to be third. Barfy the outside from Gold Rapier. Byzantium taking off now. Then Lake Paris over a length to Urema, followed by Philly with Bells Beach, My Santana, and Summer King is last of all. Before the turn, Mr. Jackhammer a half length on Hardy Dollar. Byzantium gets to third. Ruby Coco ridden up. Barfy losing ground from Urema. Next is My Santana, followed by Gold Rapier. Summer King into the straight. Mr. Jackhammer over a length in front of Hardy Dollar. Then Byzantium, Ruby Coco. Still Mr. Jackhammer at the 150. Led over a length on Hardy Dollar. Then Byzantium. Late is Urema. Mr. Jackhammer in front. Little Claire Lindop keeps riding him, and he's going to get home, My Jackhammer. Mr. Jackhammer a length and a half. Hardy Dollar second. Byzantium third. Then Barfy, followed by Philly, who's made up a lot of ground after missing the start. That cost him the race. Then My Santana with Summer King. Ruby Coco behind them with Barfy, Gold Rapier. Next in Lake Paris,
Chili Dapper keen to get on with it. 460 in favourite in New South Wales Speed Week. Fine steadies, they're off in the last of the day. A great dispatch too. Speed Week and Sonic Switch, the smartest out. Chili Dapper got out pretty well, followed by Super Dane upright, and then Fiorucci, Mansell Bay, Troon well back early. So too is Zoe Regal, followed by Accuse and Jazzak, and a tightly packed field is last. Down by the 800 they go, and Fiorucci speeds to the lead narrowly from Speed Week, and about 3 to Sonic Switch, and then Chili Dapper, who's fourth on the inside. A break then to upright, Troon making some leeway. Then Super Dane on the outside, Zoe Regal, followed closely by Accused, Jazzak, and Absolute is Mansell Bay. Along the side of the Canterbury Park track they travel with 400 ahead of them. And again Speedweek driving up on the inside to take over from Fiorucci. Sonic Switch about 2 lengths away third. Chili Dapper the inside fourth. And then comes Upright and a couple to Troon. Speedweek giving them something to chase. And in the stretch at the 200, Speedweek put about 3 lengths. Second is Chili Dapper, followed on the outside by Upright, running a big race at his first run back for from a long holiday, but Speed Week will trounce them. Speed Week goes to the line to beat Upright and third Chili Dapper, followed by Sonic Switch, and then came Accused Super Dane. A break then to Mansell Bay Jazzak. True Never Ever a chance, and beat 2 to the line, Fiorucci and Zoe Regal.
And $2.
They're around the turn for home at the 400. Bellry pushing through on the inside. Babylard out wide, and T totally switches inside of the pair of them, and they get vigorous on them now. But here's Market Price joining in. Market Price cut loose at the 200-metre mark. Babylard and Bellry try to go with the top weight, but Market Price in front. Market Price is drawing clear. Mrs. Bentley runs on with Bellry, but it's all Market Price, and there's a lovely tonic for C.S. Hayes. He'd be delighted with that win. Second, Mrs. Bentley. Third on the inside, Bellry. And then we've got a real gaggle of them. Babylard, Arakazar, Quiet Style and Touch of Fantasy. And further back behind those then came Sarah Blue, Queen of Mars and T totally back at the tail. Number 1, Market Price by Cent.